All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the entertainment news, and we jump right into it. Bigiano reveals that rejecting Don Jazzy's offer to join More Hits is his biggest regret. Nigerian singer Oluwagbemiga Babalola, better known as Bigiano, has identified his biggest career regret as refusing Don Jazzy's offer to join his now-defunct record label More Hits Records. Bigiano made this revelation in a recent interview with Cool FM, recounting his considerations in making the decision, explaining that if he got another chance, he would accept the opportunity to join the now-defunct record label that Don Jazzy and D'banj co-founded. He also explained that he was made the offer when D'banj, with whom he had a close relationship, invited him to the Mo Hits house at the peak of his career, and Don Jazzy personally asked him if he wanted to join the label, but he turned down the opportunity. Reflecting on the decision, he admitted that joining Mo Hits could have transformed his career, saying, and I quote, "When Shayo was at his prime, D'banj is my brother and friend. He introduced me and handed me over to Sunday Array in 2010. And then they invited me to the house. Bankuli took me to the house. We got to the house and Don Jazzy asked me, would you want to join the Mo Hits? Instead of me to say yes, the little young man felt like I have made music that was going viral and becoming popular, had independence, invited to many shows. In my head, I was like, if I said yes, I would now be in the house with Wandeko, Dr. Sid, and I would not be able to go to shows on my own again. I said no, but they should push me out as their artist as we have been. That would have been a big turnaround for my career because at that point, everybody in my house showed me love. Don Jazzy likes me and shows me love all the time. D'banj was the same thing. That is one of my brother. I should have just said yes. It should have just been Wandeko and Bigiano under Mo Hits. You know, something like that would be a very serious problem for this world because after that year that Wandeko dropped Motion album, I said I now have the biggest competitor. I asked myself how I was going to tackle the album then, me that I have been struggling since. They gave me a blank check. Instead of me to say yes, I said no, end quote. Speaking about second chances, it went on to say, and I quote, I will not lie to you. If I can fix that, I would rewind time and go back and say yes, even 3 times, end quote. Bigiano's single Shayo, which was released in 2009, shot him to fame, and in the same year, he was nominated for multiple awards in the Best New Act category, including the MTV Africa Music Awards and Nigeria Entertainment Awards. It also earned him the Best Music Video, Best Cinematography, and Viewer's Choice of the Year award at the Sound City Music Video Awards.
This life is just so interesting. What if you joined
and you know
Mo
Steve
Hits
Blue
and it did not work for you?
It's Mo Hits. So far you are signed under Mo Hits. You go blue.
So the thing is that it blew.
Yeah, but he wanted to take it to the next level.
It actually blew on its own.
Yeah.
And I'm going to break it down.
Okay.
So many times you might be thinking that if you had taken this door, perhaps you would not be where you are. It's possible, and it's possible that it will not still have worked, but you might never know. So I don't know. I'm not saying that people can choose to have regrets all they want.
Yeah, most.
But what I am saying here is that Bigiano, don't let anybody even lie to you that you did not do well. Maybe you're looking at it now in hindsight and you're like, okay, maybe where you are right now, you'll not be there. And time and season happen to people. And that is the truth. And to most of these artists, and we always talk about it, that it's just the very few lucky ones or the few lucky ones that are still relevant.
Yeah, sure.
And I understand because some people have done it and they have moved on to other things. Like you're talking about Dr. Sid. Dr. Sid did so well, and you know he has moved on to other things.
Dr. Sid is a gamer now.
Do you understand? He has moved on to other things.
Big time gamer.
Do you understand? And I'm not saying that that is for everybody. Some people are still doing music. D'banj is still doing music, although he has other businesses, and he's still doing music, right? But even when you look at it, one time D'banj was hotter than right now. I'm not saying that D'banj is not still relevant and he's not still doing his thing. But when it comes to his music, one time, you understand? So time and season. I'm not saying that people should not look back and take, responsibility of certain things or accounts of certain things. But I'm saying that you should not be too hard on yourself because after all, you did well. You were not just winking in the dark. We saw you. We knew your song. We enjoyed it. We vibed to it. So I don't think that.
Talking about looking back, some people still look back and say, thank God I didn't take some deals.
I'm telling you.
Don Jazzy and Mo Hits Records, I remember them even talking about, there was one time when they came back to Nigeria, I think they said after they released Tongolo, that everything wasn't rosy like that. But in front of everybody, it's Mo Hits, it's Don Jazzy and D'banj. That Storm Records, I can't remember the figure, wanted to buy Mo Hits Records that time. I think for 1 million or so. There was a figure, and they were still contemplating, should we sell our catalogs to Storm Records? And that energy drink deal came, and that energy drink came with big money, and that's how they did not bother selling the so-called Mo Hits record. So for them, it would be another different story that, Tango would not take some decision. So whichever one, Bigiano.
I just think that he should not just be too hard on himself, because the way he was saying that, 3 times, I will say over and over and this, that. Don't be too hard on yourself. All right, let's move on.